Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for December 23rd to the 31st, to the end of the month, to the end of the year. Happy holidays. I don't know if it's too early to say Happy New Year yet, but listen, this is it. I'm very excited. We're here. We made it. This is definitely going to be, and you know what I want to do? I'm going to spend a little bit more time with you. I really want this last, reading forecast of the year to feel a little bit more meaningful than you know, it's just like it's the end of the year. I, really appreciate all your support. I really love all y'all. Thank you so much for being here. All right. So what I'm gonna do, this is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and give you your astrological forecast. After that, I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna do your spread, and then after that, yes, I'm gonna do something. A little special. We do have a new moon, but there are some things that I want to tell you that's happening for you that I think that you really need to know about too. And I'm going to do that in the second spread. So this time period, all right, December 23rd to the 31st is all about introspection and it's all about being optimistic for 2025. Okay. I'm talking, not glass half full, but overflowing. All right. We still have these squares and in your monthly forecast for December, I give you a heads up, and we're here now, right? So you may feel a little bit of a squeeze, okay? So continue to just vibrate at that really high frequency, all right? Attract everything you deserve. You know how the law of attraction works, so go get it, go get it. Now, here are the dates of, all the aspects, but as a reminder, you're gonna feel it this entire time period and even through January. That's how strong they are. Okay. You may already be feeling the Jupiter Saturn square now. And it's one of the biggest highlights of the entire year. Okay. So that's why I'm going to spend a little bit more time on this as well. All right. And as you know, we have that new moon as well, which I'll talk about. And I love this new moon for you. It's just it's a little tricky one. So I'm going to talk you through it. Now, if you are a cross watcher, if you watch for your moon, your rising, for your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, whoever it is, just know that, all the mutable signs, which includes you, Virgo, will have, it will be the most impacted this week. Okay. Especially the first half of the week. You'll definitely feel the squares. Now, here's the thing, okay? Tuesday, December 21st, we kick it off with Jupiter square Saturn. And this is exact 14 degrees. This is Christmas Eve. If you celebrate that, just remember Jupiter expands, Saturn contracts, okay? Jupiter amplifies and Saturn restricts, Saturn reduces. So what this is all about your belief system, the big picture that you've been working on, right? You've been working on that for yourself with all that Sagittarius energy. You still have Mercury in Sagittarius for the rest of the month as well. All right. So as well as wisdom, that inner wisdom, things you want to grow. So this is Saturn now testing all of those areas of your life. All right. Saturn wants to know how committed you are. Okay. Do you know your limits? Are you bringing structure and stability into areas of your life? Remember, Saturn is in Pisces in your seventh house of partnerships and relationships. So that's where you may feel, the biggest squeeze here, especially career related, partnerships and career, maybe business partners. But, everything's on the table, like one-on-one commitments. I mean, it could be, your nanny, your Uber driver, whoever, just whatever resonates with you. All right. Now, you're going to be feeling this, like I said, a little bit before, a few weeks before. You may be feeling it now. You're going to be feeling it up, mid-January, the Jupiter Saturn square. We will have one again in June 2025. Okay. But then after that, you can breathe. We don't have it again until 2036. Now, this is all part of the bigger cycle that's happening. The Jupiter-Saturn conjunction around December 2020. Okay, so just think about like what was happening in your life, especially, surrounding the week surrounding, I would even say like more January. But anyway, it's just a cycle that, helps you work through any challenges in a way that you're being practical, patient, really going within to come out being the best version of yourself. It's all about that, like I said, that wisdom. So don't undervalue yourself around this time, especially because Mars is retrograde in your 12th house, right? So stay true to you. It's Jupiter, right? So remember optimism. But now you got Saturn here, which is Capricorn's ruler in Capricorn season, saying, what do you want for your long-term goals when it comes to partnerships or relationships? And again, maybe even some career stuff here, right? Fame, public recognition, honors, achievements, all of that's on the table. So there may be some limits that you experience that you just have to navigate. Saturn's going to bring those reality checks. So really being your authentic self. And even if you are being your authentic self, it really is just, Saturn still may test you. All right. Saturn's going to say, like, listen, is this what you really, 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 really want? Okay. Because he's gonna look for cracks. That's what Saturn does. So deep down, just be your authentic self, and it's gonna be so much nicer for you. All right, just know the things that you don't want moving forward, moving into 2025 as part of your long-term plans. All right, so Saturn's all about discipline, right? And you want to show him that you're hardworking and that you're committed to your personal and professional goals, love goals as well, with partnerships here, if you're here for that. Saturn is karma. Saturn does reward you. So during this time, just think about things that you may have to change. You may have to adjust some things on your path to enlightenment, your finish line, your goals, your legacy, right? So here's the thing, Virgo. We did have the Jupiter-Saturn square in August, just a few months ago. So essentially, we've been feeling this since August. I've seen your comments. I read your comments. I know that some of y'all have been going through this squeeze. And you had a little bit of a breather in October, but again, you can feel the Jupiter-Saturn square for some time, okay? And so I want you to think about what happened around August for you. I mean, there was different energies. We had Mars square Saturn at the same time too, and remember we had that full moon in Aquarius that was like, what? So it was kind of a different experience, but you still felt Jupiter square Saturn. Now, I'm going to just to put things into context, I'm going to give you a real life example, okay? Now, for me, if you're a subscriber, you may remember what happened to me in August, okay? And I say August up until like mid-September, all right? So your birthday season, okay, Virgo? Well, Saturn really tested me. And at that point, if you're a subscriber, you know that I have a wonderful dog, Ruby. And, earlier this year, she, had a lot of issues, right? Herniated disc, mobility issues, this hip injury that came out of nowhere. And so in August, that's when I hit the $15,000 mark in expenses for our, the neurologist, the, MRI, the weekly physical therapy, muscle therapy, acupuncture, 2 different vets. Like it was all the medication. So it added up. And so I'm in Aquarius, by the way. So Saturn for Aquarians is testing our finances, our money, our, things like that. And so I felt that squeeze, financially, but also in August, here I am with all this kind of like, there's, of course, you're going to have like a little bit of stress with, she's still not getting that much better, and et cetera. But at the same time, I'm still doing your forecasts. So 12 forecasts a week for this channel. And I don't have any help, by the way. I'm a one-man team. And there's so much that goes on behind the scenes, right? Thumbnails, timestamps, all of that. So this is on top of my full-time job. And so on top of that, I had finished writing this young adult novel. I'm very excited. I've been working on it for years. And I was going through the editing process because, 80% of writing, a book is editing, right? So I had the biggest writer's block come out of nowhere. I had so much going on. And so August for me, if you remember, I was hospitalized end of August. And the day that I got out of the hospital, Ruby happened to tear a ligament in her knee, okay? The day that I got out. So it was one thing after the other, while I'm working 60 to 80 hours a week. And that was my lesson learned, because Saturn is life lessons. I needed to chill out. I can't work 60 to 80 hours a week anymore. And so that's what I'm trying to say. You may really feel Jupiter square Saturn, okay? But I want you to be aware of it, because did I feel restricted? Yes. Did I feel limited? Yes. Was I feeling the squeeze? Yes. So I had to learn. All right. So this upcoming Jupiter Saturn square, you're just a little bit more prepared when you learn from those lessons, right? And it's just anyone that here's the thing. Saturn may be a malefic planet, But truly, Saturn does get a bad rep. He is on your side. He wants you to grow. He wants you to thrive. But sometimes he does make you go through the hard way. All right. I know my limits now. And through all these aspects that are happening, especially the Jupiter Saturn square, everyone's going to feel it differently. Everyone's going to have different experiences, but through these experiences, you can adjust things, you can change things, especially the way that you see things, especially like even like your routines, all of that. Have an introspective journey, all right, especially with Jupiter retrograde. Right. So don't spread yourself thin, especially with Mars retrograde. All right. Mars retrograde. Remember, that's delays. That's pride. That's egos at play. That's, questioning loyalty. But for you, it's in your 12th house. And so it's a time where you could be going really, 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 really deep. Right. Really deep. So I'll talk more about Mars retrograde because now we're in the thick of it. I've talked about it maybe 6 or 7 times to just give you a heads up, because Mars retrograde is not easy and we're in the thick of it. And I'm seeing a lot of your comments, and not just you, like everyone's comments. And yes, it is something that when you get to it, you're just like, I can't, it's a little bit more than, so I'll talk about more in another live stream. All right. But you look at your December forecast now, just work with these energies. Like I said, don't let it work you. All right. And to be honest, the more that you find this impacts you, Jupiter square Saturn, is going to be the more adjustments you might need to make. Okay. And if you have a great memory, Virgo, and Virgos do, if you have a great memory before this Jupiter Saturn cycle, May to June 2016, what was happening for you then? Because that was the last time you had Jupiter square Saturn. So now, Thursday, December 26th, Mercury opposite Jupiter and square Saturn. Okay, interesting day. First, let's start with Mercury opposite Jupiter. I love this. It's fun. It's good. Okay, remember, Mercury, your ruling planet, is in Sagittarius. Jupiter is in Gemini, right? Opposite signs. So they are in mutual reception. And it is an interesting mutual reception, but it's almost like they're doing this really fun, surprising fist bump behind the scenes for you. Something really, really nice here that has to do with like home and the foundations of your life and even work, in career, something really nice. All right. So this is bouncy. This is fun. This is a time where I do want you to be social. Okay. I want you to be social. Mercury is communication. Jupiter has always been known, he's been the king of the gods for a reason, right? He is the wisdom bringer. So there is something around this day could bring a lot of wisdom, could be very spiritually moving for you, knowing your truth. I mean, it's very optimistic, expanding the higher mind. Think of the wise owl, right? So people that have this in their chart, they're fine. They're super fun. They can talk, people listen. Stevie Nicks, Obama, Olivia Rodrigo, those types, you get it. All right. So now Mercury will square Saturn too. So we literally had this 20 days ago, December 6th. Remember I said we're going to have it twice. It's just, just around this time, there may be some, authority figure you don't see eye to eye with, or, there may be a part of you that says, you feel a little bit squeezed. Like, I can't do this. Yes, you can. You can. So go deep. And it really is practicing that patience. It's also a time where you just want to be mindful of the things that you do say, especially with a partnership or relationship, all right, with Saturn at play here. But remember, you have the power to choose and create your reality. So work with Saturn's energy here, all right? Don't fight it, work with it. Okay, Saturn, remember, is going to reward you. Now, Friday, December 27th, Venus will square Uranus. So you've got Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, squaring Venus, which is in Aquarius. So very interesting here. There is a degree of needing some freedom, needing some breathing room, right? Feeling free around this time. So this aspect is all about breakthroughs or breakups or breaking things down for breakthroughs in relationships, okay? Or friendships, or for you, there definitely may be something here with colleagues, something with work-related matters. It is your sixth house. Maybe something also with like doctors or health professionals and things like that, right? It is your sixth house, right? That rules health, physical fitness, maybe your personal trainer. There just may be something here. And, money may be in the mix. But if, by the way, you are in a healthy relationship, you're going to be fine. This aspect, it really is, the higher expression is just saying, like, go have fun, be spontaneous. That's what Uranus is. The great awakener. Do something surprising, unexpected. Go ice skating in in your wedding dress. I don't know. Go, climb Mount Everest. Do you, Virgo? Do you just do something like really really fun and exciting? Have a personal breakthrough. All right. Now we kick off Monday pretty much 2025 with the second new moon of December. Right. The second new moon that we're having this month. Now, this new moon, and it's going to be very interesting it's like the first 5-6 months of 2025. All the new moons are going to be at the end of the month, and we'll talk about that. But anyway, this new moon in Capricorn, it's going to happen about 5:30 p.m. my time. That's Eastern Standard Time, New York City time. So you can convert that wherever you are in the world, but just know 5:30 p.m. my time, Eastern Standard Time. So that's when you want to set intentions. All right. It doesn't really work if you do that before. You can plan and prepare, but this is when you want to really, do those manifestation rituals, anything you need to do. Now, this is a Saturn ruled new moon during Capricorn season. That's in Capricorn. That will be sextiling Saturn. It's very interesting at pretty much a cardinal degree, a Capricorn degree. It's very close to 10 degrees. So there is something truly new here. When it comes to something that brings you a lot of fun and pleasure, it is your fifth house. So it's also maybe something with true love, romance. This is the fifth house. We love the fifth house. There's also, for you, there could be something here with children, maybe having a kid, thinking about having a kid, finding out you're pregnant, finding out you're having a grandkid, all of that. There's also a new hobby, recreation that I would like for you to take on. Okay, that's going to be very exciting for you. Now, but like I said, there is that serious vibe here because it is Saturn ruled and because of all the other energies that are happening, right? But it's still feeling grounded, ambitious, all that, Saturn Capricorn energy, not only having a plan, but committing to it. Okay. Remember, that's what Saturn wants, these long-term goals that you want for yourself for 2025. And remember, I did your annual forecast. If you haven't seen them yet, I did say the corresponding full moon in Capricorn will happen July 2025. And I looked at every single new moon and every single full moon. Okay. It is one of the best, if not the best full moon that we are going to have in 2025. So what rewards do you want to reap? What blessings do you want to yield by then? So truly put your energy out there. Okay, Virgo. All right. So, but again, yeah, a lot of other energies that makes it a little tricky, to just, that's why I'm saying just vibrate at that high frequency. 2 days from now on January 2nd, I think it's the 2nd. Yeah. We will have our second Mars Pluto opposition. Now that one's going to be strong, and therefore you're going to be feeling it this week as well. So just don't get distracted. You're going to be fine. Just don't get distracted by these energies. Don't let anyone take your power, and don't let any circumstances pull you into low energy frequency. All right. So let's get started, Virgo. I'm here for you, Virgo. I got you, Virgo. Let's see what's going on for you. All right. And then remember, after I do your spread, we're going to talk about Chiron. We're going to talk about the lunations that I want you to pay attention to too. There's a lot happening because it is the holidays. So Virgo rising, Virgo moon for December 23rd to the 31st. Okay, Virgo. All right. Now, I do a traditional cult across spread. Offers the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. Secondly, Virgo, you're amazing. I love y'all. Thanks so much for being here. And thanks so, I'm just, as you can see, I'm emotional. I'm emotional doing everybody's spreads. You had an actually thinking about you. Anyway, let's see what's going on. Okay. Yeah. Well, there's going to be something. There's going to be, as you can see, maybe something that does end, but it puts you in this moving forward direction. So again, Saturn may test you in partnerships and relationships here. All right. So really just don't lose any motivation or inspiration. Let's get started. You got that 10 of Wands. All right. So you have the 10 of Wands. When you look at your entire spread here, because you do have the 3 of Swords in the heart of your spread, when you look at your entire, but then you have the 6 of Swords in your future. So when you look across, first of all, it does seem like there is something coming to an end. It may have this big emotional impact, but it does seem like it may be you that is ending something. If not ending something, it's adjusting something that you need to adjust to work in your favor. But you have to know what you want. It seems like you want something new, maybe even a new phase in a current relationship or a situation, right? There is something inside you that wants to come out, something that's just like, I want to follow my bliss. I want to feel emotionally fulfilled. So I don't mind this, all right? I know when you look at it, you're like, but so 10 of Wands, remember that is the end, okay? So the end of something here. And then you have the 3 of Swords and the heart of your spread. And this is to say that, yeah, you're feeling that squeeze. You can see him feeling that squeeze, right? The way he's even squeezing. He's like breaking his back, carrying all those wands, which are so heavy, right? So this is that, what I was talking about, Jupiter square Saturn, that like, it can lead to like burnout energy, taking on too much, but in a way where you may be distracting yourself. All right. So be mindful of that. Remember, be your authentic self and face anything that you have to face, but don't overwork is a big thing. All right. But there may be something that it's almost like a boulder on your shoulder. 3 of Swords and the heart of your spread. So there's that conversation. Right? Swords are that's the one thing that people always forget. Sure. This is a card. We say this is like the heartbreak card. But at the end of the day, it is still a sword suit. So it's really up here, right? So it does, and swords are like communication, logic, intellect, thinking, all of that. It is a Libra card, all right? So Libra rules partnerships and relationships, all right? So there just may be something here where, again, yeah, some things may end. There may be some adjustments that are really hard. That could be very emotional. There could be these turning points, right? But you've got the Chariot in your challenge area. So 2 things here. It does seem like one thing may end because someone may not want to go with you further on, into 2025. Okay. And again, that can be career related. Okay. It can be career, it could be love, it could be just anything, just one-on-one commitments or something here. Right. And legal matters as well for y'all, with it being your 7th house. So that's one thing. All right. Now, the other thing is you don't lose motivation. Don't lose inspiration. Continue to move forward. All right. The Chariot is someone who has found all that like courage, that inner courage and that willpower to, right. And he is in your challenge area. All right. So just keep that in mind. But, here's the thing. I'm going to clarify that 3 of Swords. Yeah. Do you see what happens? You got that 8 of Wands. And so this is a card. Funny enough, you got in the heart of your spread, the only 2 cards in all of tarot where there's no person, no figure, none of that. It's just that and then that. Interesting, right? So very interesting. The 8 of Wands. It just seems like this is, so intuitively I felt that it was going to be you. And you see now with the 8 of Wands clarifying it. Yeah. It may be. And if it's not you ending something or having this moment of adjustment, there's some emotional impact here. If it is not you, you're still just like, okay, moving forward. Things are now aligning for you. So whatever this is, it was meant to happen because these wands are fast. They are swift. They're in their happy place. Wands, your ambitions, your passions, right? A lot of work-related energy with the wands, profession, career. I mean, something's about to land. You see the ones aligning. So everything aligning for you now. So it just seems like, again, with, a lot of the energies this week, especially Jupiter Saturn square, you get tested. You feel that squeeze, but then you get through it. You have that 7 of Cups in your crown. So just really know what you want. Really know what you want while you're manifesting. Okay. Remember that with this, it is going to be something more heart-based. All right. Emotionally fulfilling. And so wherever you're exerting your energy, know that it is something that you do feel deep down in your bones, in your soul. That's all I want you to do. All right, because that can bring a little bit of haze. You see the fog and mirror, the fog here. It's like smoke and mirrors, right? So just know what you want, because you may feel like I don't know. All right, take your time, practice patience, but get to that point. Now you got the six. Well, again, the Page of Cups and the Root of your Sprite, so that's really great. So there may be something new that has already happened or will happen this week. Once this happens, right, there is someone coming through, or you're in some involved in a relationship that may be new, or there may be something coming into your life, someone coming into your life, something that you're feeling that's just like, I love this. Or maybe there's something that inspires you to move in that direction where it's like, oh, this feels really good. He's very creative. He's very imaginative. So it could be like there's, a lot of that creative energy flowing through you. That's really nice as well. Once there's some lift off here, and then you have the Six of Swords. So that's why I like that coming after the Three of Swords. Six of Swords is saying, okay, that happened. I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm not going to stay stuck in the energy. They're on that boat. They are moving forward. Look at my finger. Look how turbulent the water is. Look at the direction they're going. They're going from chaos to calm. Remember, everyone has a choice. You have the power to choose, and they're choosing to move forward. And there's a lot of security here. There's a lot of protection here, and a lot of it's up here. And now you're making all this room, more headspace, right, for yourself. So this is really great, really wonderful. Love this for you. Let's get to your stuff. Okay, Virgo, y'all, oh my goodness. If you like this reading, by the way, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I appreciate all that. And, can you see, I can't even get this card. And I love y'all. There you go. All right, so let's see what's going on for y'all, Virgo. Oh, gosh. Okay. All right, Virgo. All right. This was meant to happen. You see that? Look, it was meant to happen. It was meant to happen. And so again, I'm not saying that's a complete breakup. Yes, for some of y'all, there may be the ending of something where you're no longer, you're parting ways with someone, right? But then there is also maybe just some adjustment, a hard conversation, something that's very emotional. That's right. So it's really you. This is you. You're reading. Ten of Pentacles. I mean, there you go. This is a card of legacy, a lot of family energy. Now, why that's big is because you've got Mercury in Sagittarius in your fourth house. So already you may be communicating, thinking about family, home, significant other, children, all of that, right? You do have this Sagittarius card. Mercury in Sagittarius is what it's actually attributed to. The Eight of Wands. So just, very nice. Now, this is all about inheritance, investments. A big part of the Ten of Pentacles. You see it's raining pentacles, and this is your card too. This card is attributed to Virgo, so this is really nice. But there's this sense of coming into your physical realm, like appreciating everything. Like I felt this squeeze, but I'm on a mission. And I'm going to build that legacy. I'm going to reach that legacy, and that is my goal, and that's my long-term goal. And nothing's going to stop me. And for some of y'all, maybe there is something here that, you already have. And now it's like, okay, now what's next? What's next in my next legacy? Or even just like a big goal. But just all it's saying is like, don't stop. Just continue to move forward. That's a lot of abundance there. That's success. You got the Two of Wands in your external factors area. So yeah, there's someone on your side that is, possibly planning things for you. It could be a wedding planner. It could be a financial planner. It could be their estate planner. It could be someone that's just planning. All right. And it's someone that's on your side. It could even be someone that's, even more intimately, you have a more intimate relationship with that person. But I really love this. All right. You also have the Four of Swords here. Really great. All right. So yeah, you have it going through some partnership stuff. And I would even say, self-worth, self-value. A lot of that may have been coming up, especially with Mars retrograde and the Saturn squares. And then remember, you do have the South Node in Libra anyway, right? And that's only for a few more weeks. Okay. It's in your second house. So this is a Libra card, the Four of Swords. So this from the Three of Swords to the Four of Swords. So that is absolutely amazing. because you're hoping for that instead of just saying, I'm going to be stuck in this energy. Remember, you have that Six of Swords and the Four of Swords now, which is all about that stillness of mind and that retreat and recovery and that healing. And then, of course, you have the Two of Cups and your final outcome. So you're good. If there is, like a breakup or whatever, like you got that Eight of Wands, you have the Six of, you're going to be fine. You got the Two of Cups. I would really encourage you to see your last week's reading. The fact that the Two of Cups is coming up in your final outcome after your last week's reading, you saw it, right? That's a sign. That's a sign. When it comes up week after week, that's a sign. This is the true love card, the twin flame card, soulmate card. This is two souls, one body. This is healing energy, passion, really strong passion with another person here. Opening yourself up. Remember, you've got a lot of activity in your partnerships and relationships. This can also be, again, however resonates with you. It can be career related, found the perfect business partner. It can be platonic. It can be however, of course, love. So really great, very interesting. It's almost like this big journey you're going through. Okay, so let's do your little navigation here. I'm going to go through the lunation starting on the 22nd. So December 22nd, we do have the last quarter moon. So this is just more planning, preparing, and for the new moon. All right, so I wouldn't really launch anything this day. And maybe I'll talk more about, in the live streams coming up, especially 2025, more of some things I'm going to talk about here. On Monday, the 23rd, pay attention. Look at what's happening here. The 23rd, even the 22nd, 23rd, moon in Libra. But the 23rd, the reason why this is great, there's this air trine. You got Venus in Aquarius and Jupiter in Gemini. So this wonderful air trine. So please be social. You're probably already going to be. Be very communicative. Libra, again, rules, partnerships, and relationships. This is really, really, and maybe something with legal matters here, but we love the moon in Libra. All right. And again, really wonderful trine here. Now, December 24th, as we know, is Christmas Eve. If you celebrate that, the moon is going to be void pretty much all day. So it's kind of nice because this is a holiday for a lot of people, but just don't have any important conversations, up until like 2, 3 p.m., 4 p.m. my time. I'll talk about void moons, all right, in an upcoming live stream. But for example, for context, I never take or schedule a Zoom call while the moon is void. You're just going to be going in circles and circles and circles, and nothing's going to be, you get it. Wednesday, December 25th, as we know, it's Christmas. If you celebrate that, even if you don't, moon in Scorpio. Oh my goodness. So this is going to be a really emotional Christmas, or just December 25th. Big time feels here, right? Deep conversations. I wouldn't be surprised. Scorpio rules your third house of communication. So this is good for heart to hearts. Okay. There could be a little bit of really going under the surface as well with it being in Scorpio. Now, Friday to Sunday over the weekend, December 27th to the 29th, the moon will be in Sagittarius. So much fun. Love this energy. You're just going to want some movement here. It's got to be very nice. Remember, this is in your fourth house of home and family anyway. But it's really nice. You may be working on a book too. Saturday, December 28th. Remember, Chiron, the wounded healer, goes direct in Aries. I love this for you because on New Year's Eve, and even on Monday, New Year's Eve, January 1st, remember, we have Mercury, your ruling planet, that's going to trine Chiron. So this is absolutely wonderful. This is healing old wounds, speaking healing words into existence, moving forward with, constructive conversations. I love this because you've got Chiron with the North Node in Aries in your 8th house of transformation, okay? Regeneration. And even financial matters, there could be conversations around that, but love as well, love and relationships. So I love the way we end 2024 for you. Now, let's focus on this new moon in Capricorn in your 5th house. All right. See what's going on for you, Virgo. I'm using the Aquarian deck because we are on the brink of the age of Aquarius. So new moon in Capricorn 4. Woo. We'll take those. I want one more because I'm There it is. All right. So I want to see these three that flew out. All right. So let's see what you can expect, Virgo, for your new moon in Capricorn. Oh wow. Okay. Ah. 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 Very interesting. Very interesting. So you got the Ten of Swords. Yeah. Let it go. All of it. All right. New moon, new you. Right. All of that. Anything up here. Right. Anything where you felt that things have been really hard, and you may again you may be feeling a lot of it throughout the next few weeks, but by the time we get to the new moon, new way of thinking. Remember, it's overlapping the Chiron aspects, right? The trine to Mercury, healing, right? So it is a Ten of Swords, like I said, communication, thinking, processing. So healing, because 10 is the end. 1-0 equals 1, right? So really nice. With that Ten of Swords, you got also... So when you see the same card come up twice, right, from different spreads out of 100 and what is it, 180 something, 160 something cards, you know it's trying to tell you something. So please avoid burnout. Don't take on too much. Drop a wand or two. You got the 10 of wands twice. Okay. Really, really see. Is it the forest from the trees? That's coming up too. You've got the what have we got here? Okay, so you got the 9 of wands. Did you get that here? No, you didn't. So the 9 of wands, yeah. So again, something here that has to do with, there's a lot of family energy coming through, and then you got the high priestess. So I love the fact that you got the high priestess. So that's all going within, trusting your intuition. The high priestess is saying, hey, I've got you. I am the guardian of the subconscious. I know that Mars retrograde in Leo is in your 12th house of the subconscious. Don't be afraid to go deep, okay? Don't be afraid to go deep. And remember what I said earlier, don't lose motivation. With that Chariot, don't lose inspiration. With that 9 of wands coming out, same thing. That card, it's like the don't give up card, right? So, yeah, this is going to be a big, something is truly ending for you at the end of this month with this new moon as we move into 2025 with those two tens there. And then you also have the 10 here, and then you have the 10 here. So there's a lot of 10 energy. 1-0 equals 1. Remember that. But remember to pay attention here. All right. I love that high priestess. So Virgo, thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, and let's I appreciate y'all. I totally appreciate y'all. I'll see you next. We do January. We're gonna do January next week. All right. So I'll see you next week. All right. Thanks so much, Virgo. Bye bye.